All right, math time. We've got a concave mirror and we're given the focal length of 8 centimeters. We've got a 4 centimeter tall pencil and it's 6 centimeters away from the mirror. So we have F, 8 centimeters. We have the height of the object. This is how tall it is. So that is HO, height of the object. And we have where it is, 6 centimeters away from the mirror. So that is the distance of the object, DO. The first thing we're asked for is the image distance. That's DI. And they haven't asked us for any heights here. They gave us a height, but they also gave us F and DO, which means to find the image distance, I only need 1 over F equals 1 over DO plus 1 over DI. Now, all we have to do is fill in some numbers. F is 8, so 1 over F becomes 1 over 8. DO is 6, so 1 over DO becomes 1 over 6. We don't have 1 over DI. That's what we're going to be solving for. Now we need to do a little math. 1 divided by 8 gives me 0.125. 1 divided by 6 gives me 0.166, and it keeps going. I'm going to round it to 7. Plus 1 over DI. Now, I need to move this 0.1667 to the other side of the equal sign. That gets me my DI alone on this side. 0.125 minus 0.1667. Notice I flipped the side and I flipped the sign. I'm subtracting it. Equals 1 over DI. Now I'm going to do that on the calculator. 0.125 minus 0.1667. And we're going to get a space here, so that's going to be negative 0.0417 is 1 over DI. And to solve for DI, all I have to do is do 1 over that other side. Remember, that's how you undo 1 over on this side. You do 1 over on that side. So 1 divided by 0.0417, and make sure it's negative, gives me 23.98. DI is negative 23.98. And the units are going to be centimeters. So what this means is that the image is going to be about 24 centimeters behind the mirror. The negative D means it's behind the mirror. In fact, that's what I've made a follow-up question here for you. What does it mean because the image distance is negative? Well, it means the image is behind the mirror, i.e. on the opposite side as the object, and that makes the image virtual. That's the definition of virtual image. Cool? Cool. Little follow-up here, I also want to know the image height. Now I only have one equation that has image height in it, and that's high over ho equals negative di over do. Luckily for me, I have DO. It was given in the question over here, right? I have DI. I found it in part A. And I also have HO. It was given in the question. We finally figured out why we were given that there. So we just have to fill these numbers in. We don't know the height of the image. That's what they're asking for. We do know the height of the object. It's 4 centimeters. Check. We've got a negative here. DI. DI apparently was negative 23.98. Negative 23.98. Notice that I kept my negative here, and my D was negative. Those two negatives are going to end up canceling each other out. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. DO, turns out, used to be 6. Cool, so there we go. Now, we need to get some numbers here. We've got 23.98 negative. I have to negative that. Oh, look, it became positive. I don't know if you can see that on my calculator. It's positive now. And I have to divide it by 6. That gives me 3.996. HI over 4 equals 3.99. Actually, I'm going to round that to 997. And now I have to undo dividing by 4. To undo dividing by 4, I have to take the right side of my equation and multiply by 4. Remember, you undo division with multiplication. And so I'll times 4, and I get 15.99. HI is 15.99 centimeters. Cool. Now, that is a positive image height. Is the image upside down or right side up? If the HI, the height of the image, was negative, it would be upside down. But here, HI is positive, therefore it's right side up, not inverted. Right side up. Check. Let's refresh you on the signs. A positive image distance means real image. A negative image distance means virtual. A positive height of image is right side up. A negative HI is upside down. Here it was positive, so it was right side up. The last thing I want to point out is that it's a concave mirror, so F is positive. If this had said a convex mirror, I would have had to have made F negative, because F is negative for convex mirrors. It's just the way we define them. Okay? Good luck with the math. Math is fun. That's it. Best of luck.